On the last episode of Steel Ball Run, Poco Loco made his way to first place with luck alone. Johnny Joestar cries about having a rich upbringing with lots of money. Gyro Zeppeli gives his first hint to Johnny Joestar. If you have the will to get on the horse, why don't you? Is this the start of a great friendship? When I first read Steel Ball Run, I thought that Johnny was a annoying, crybaby, stupid, unbearable, feminine, gay. And when I say gay, I mean the most likely to want it up the bum. Crybaby, have I said crybaby? Sour face, stuck up, stupid, idiot. But now that I'm rereading it, I think it's time to reassess. Okay, I wanted to expand on what I was saying there. Well, I think Johnny Joestar is one of my least favourite Joestars. So what I'm going to do is what every favourite YouTuber's thing to do is I'm going to do a tier list. Yeah, wow, you're so clever and unique. Yeah, so here they are, all my favourite Joestars. Who goes on the bottom? Jojo Joestar. I apologise to everyone who loves wearing hoodies and taking drugs. I've read 8 chapters of the new JoJo Lands. That's why he's down here, because I've got no idea who he is. He seems like a bit of a bum, in my opinion. Like his whole personality just sounds like this to me. That's a fart noise. Okay, so we're gonna move on. If you like Jonathan, that's cool. I think I'm gonna put Jonathan in C tier. I don't remember part 1. I'm sure he's cool. He's definitely not better than any of those. So C tier for you. Next is Joseph Joestar, probably the most Joe character, you know? When people say JoJo, and you know, you're thinking about all the color, all the color and the poses, and the amazing, just everything, and the crop tops. You're thinking about the crop tops, and you're thinking about Joseph Joestar's sexy scarf. So he's the most Joe. He's the most Joe out of the entire Joe. So he is Joe. So if we have a Joe tier, but we don't have that, so I'm gonna put him in A. He's A. Okay, he's good, but he's not S. He could be an S on your tier list, but that just means he's your favorite, and that's okay. You can go make your own. But this is my tier list, so I'm putting him in A because he's not my favorite. Next is Jotaro Kujo, the face of JoJo. Even though I said Joseph was the, you know, what you're actually thinking of when you're thinking of JoJo, Jotaro is the face. You know, he's bloody in every part. He's just everywhere. He's a cool guy, okay? And he's not, or maybe he is a S tier. He is an amazing character. I don't hate this guy. This guy is so, like, every time he shows up, I feel like I should hate him. You know, I hate this guy, but we all love him. So he is actually an S tier character. S tier. Jotaro Kujo. Josuke, part 4. We love your purple hair. We love that. Is it pompadour? Beautiful. We love it all. Are you S tier? No. He's going with Joseph Joestar. They can both sit together. They probably have an awesome time together. We have Giorno Giovanna, my favorite Joestar. That's controversial. He's my favorite Joe. And now this may be getting you a bit angry. You might be going into the comments now. You don't like Johnny, but you like Giorno Giovanna. Guys, if you guys are not putting the respect on Giorno Giovanna and not saying his name like that every single time, then you don't understand what it is to enjoy the passion, the Italian mafia, you know? Giorno Giovanna is the best character. I'm going to take this back in a minute, and I'm not going to put him in S. I don't think I'm even going to put him in A. I think I'm going to put him a bit lower than that. So chill your nuts. We're going to talk about Giorno Giovanna. They say, Giorno Giovanna, he doesn't do anything. He's just a boring character. He doesn't do anything. A boring character that doesn't do anything is Johnny Joestar. Johnny doesn't really do anything for the majority of Steel Ball Run. Giorno Giovanna is a main character, French kiss. He does everything. Okay guys, you don't understand. Oh yeah, I didn't actually give him a rank. He's going in B, right in the middle, which is fair enough. I think most people will be happy with that ranking. Jolene Kujo. Jolene Kujo is definitely special because she's the first female Joe. People hate on Jolene Kujo, I think, just because she's a girl, basically. People be like, you know, oh my god, I love Jotaro Kujo. Jotaro Kujo is so manly and not a silly little bitch. Well, listen up. If you want to see a silly little bitch, look in the mirror. Then second, after you've done that, pick up a book, start reading Steel Ball Run, and look at Johnny Joestar, the most silliest, the goofiest. So, I'm gonna put her in B. And Giorno Giovanna and Jolene Kujo are they're gonna love each other. It's gonna be great. Wait, aren't they like cousins? Okay, Jonathan Joestar is going in D. And the two stupid little boys can sit and they can pretend like they've been told off and they can both go, wah, wah, wah. Yeah, I hate those kids. Talking about stupid kids. Next, we're gonna talk about the best boy, best amazing creature. I don't even know if he's a boy. Stupid boy. Josuke from part 8, the best part, is one of the best characters in JoJo. Amazing character. S tier. And I'm saying that so confidently because I know that most people listening to this cannot argue with that because they have not read JoJolion, which is the best part. Peak. What other words can I add to make him sound better? Sigma. Skibbity toilet. Best drip. Best lipstick color. Best art. S tier. Beautiful. Honestly, I hope you guys can agree. What the hell? He's moving? Poco Loco is safe. He didn't fall down. No, he definitely fell down, but he's moving. He's moving at even greater speed. He's riding something. He's moving down. This guy. This freaking... What the hell? It's calculation. There's no mistake. This guy's actions aren't coincidence, but just being done. He has to know all these things in advance, or else he couldn't pull off all this crap. This race's enemy is him. He's a fearsome enemy. Dead body. Poco Loco is sliding down a dead body. Somehow, a cow's body was hidden in the grass. Wonderful. Yeehaw! There was a dead cow's body in the grass. There is no hallucination. It's my good luck. I was damn surprised. Shit, this is terrible. His horse isn't even running. It's doing nothing but resting. Once we cross the farm, we'll reach the final stretch and his horse will have rested its legs completely. I'm not sure what the rulebook says exactly, but I'm sure this is a race where you ride horses. I can't let you ride a dead cow's body. Let's have that rock stop the cow sliding. What? Who's that? Why is there someone on the track? Shit, the rock fell down too late. Who is he? That person running. He's running down the hill with his own legs. He broke in so suddenly, fast. Which route did he take? Sandman. Sandman, his name is Sandman, according to the registration. This race is impossible to predict. It's so exciting. Sandman is in first place as we head down the final stretch.
They just passed the 2,000 meter mark. The train is finally rounding the hill. What's going on?
He's running on foot. That guy. How the hell is he even keeping up? He's even running faster than all of those horses. But that's impossible. This Sandman is fast. Just look at him. Now he's running over the hill. This downhill race will end soon and the final straight will be seen. The running time has already passed 17 minutes. A human running faster than a horse. Yes, that's possible if you think about it rationally. But it makes sense when you see it. He's going over 30 kilometers per hour. 30? No, it might be closer to 40 kilometers per hour. 40? Is that even? Hang on there just a second, Mr. Steele. Sandman's speed. What the hell are you talking about? Running 100 meters in 10 seconds is 36 kilometers an hour. The world record isn't even close to that. Running a long distance marathon in 2 hours is only 21 kilometers an hour. He really is running faster than all these horses. And the secret is his running style. It makes sense. Look at how he is running over those cliffs. I will explain to you how there is a way to run and achieve speeds of 40 kilometers an hour. When humans run, there's an impact. When the foot hits the ground, the force of the blow knocks the joints and muscles around, causing them to become fatigued. There isn't a way around it. Even the strongest legs will get tired. But in Sandman's case, when he runs, his heel touches the ground for only a brief moment. That style of running. Even if his heel touches the ground, he never steps through. And thus the impact moves to the tip of his feet and then he kicks the ground at that moment, using the force of the impact to propel himself forward. Understand now? The flow of the impact is going behind him, not in front. As such, his feet don't have any damage, nor do they get fatigued, and he is able to recycle this force and use it to accelerate even further. This way, his speed increases every time he kicks off the cliff. There you have it. That's how he's going over 40 kilometers an hour, and when landing, he kicks the ground a few times, letting out energy and reducing the impact again. The longer he's in the air, the more time his muscles have to relax. His heels are probably as soft and smooth as baby's bones. Yes. Doesn't that make you want to run like that? But you would need very long legs and incredible agility in order to do that. That kind of running, where did he learn it? Who knows, he probably learnt it from his surroundings. And now he's climbing up rocks, using his hands, feet, and all the muscles in his body. He's like a cougar. He doesn't put any force into his feet, and he's much faster here on the rocks. Sandman's style puts the entire earth on his side. So long as Steel Ball Run uses land as its stage, we can't predict the outcome, even if swift horses are his enemy. After Sandman, it's Poco Loco, and only a horse length away from him is JJBA. The rest have also finished coming downhill. We have run rarely 13,000 meters. The wind is coming from Mexico. Santana is blowing. How can we even begin to dictate this race? What the fuck is going on here? He's ahead of me after resting on that hill for a good 1,000 meters. And that running man also took a shortcut over that cliff. For the first stage's only real enemy is this guy. Only him. In the forest, the dead cow, stopping my trap. Too many coincidences. Something must be helping him. A long time ago in a casino, I saw a guy betting only on red, and he won 18 times in a row. But it was just luck. Some kind of power has to be protecting this guy. What I'm trying to say is this. How can I change it so his incredible flow of luck changes so he runs himself over instead? Hey, Poco Loco. Yeah? I will protect you from everything there is. Alright? So go ahead. Do anything you want. Keep on rushing forward. After all, there's nothing but luck inside your bag. Oh yeah! So, my horse has been a sprinter since birth. Even if I can't do anything to him. If I stare at his ass the whole time, I can't win. Let's go. He's going. He's jumped ahead. Gyro has picked up the pace yet again. He's really moving, accelerating. But isn't this a little too soon? Is it alright? There's more than 1,500 meters left, and the straightaway is coming up. The straight, this is. What the hell? So many people. I had no idea. Wow! There are so many people at the finish line. There's the goal. It's by an abandoned church. There's a giant crowd of spectators gathering here to see the winners of the first stage. It's really heating up. 10,000 people. No, wait, it's definitely over 20,000. Way more than the opening ceremony. This is impossible. Mind-boggling. There's no way you can count how many people there are here. Did someone call them? Unbelievable.
You will be a hero. The winner of this race will be a world-renowned hero.
The possibilities are endless. This is what the Steel Ball Run is all about. You ran well, old horse. You've gained a lot of experience from this race. Riding on the rough ground, going across that forest, and rushing downhill with no errors. And despite how much you've been sweating, you can still keep on going. Your legs are in perfect shape. Your breathing is also in good spirits. We're only 40 to 50 horse lengths away, but he dashed ahead too early. He'll be tired. Let's surprise him. That JJBA. Hang on. Everyone look. Did you notice? Shocking indeed. Pulling ahead in the tailing group, he's making his way through the pack. It's simply unbelievable. Coming from way behind, this guy is Diego Brando. Dio caught up to me, and he's just caught up. How in the world did he gain back all that ground that he lost? Pushed behind everyone by the destruction of the bridge. Again, he passed. Dio is catching up. He's breaking through. This guy is using that technique. Air pressure shield. Did anyone play GTA 5? They implemented air pressure shield. I forgot what it was called in GTA, but this is yeah. Is he gonna use my horse as a shield too? But I've already decided to overtake Gyro no matter what. The trailing group is finally arriving. Oh, they're speeding up. They're no longer holding their horses back. From Gyro down to the bottom of this mountain, there's an entire river of riders on the move. And Poco Loco has just challenged Gyro. It doesn't change the fact that this is what I was expecting since the very beginning of this race. At least I think so. Gyro is twisting his body back, way back, to look behind him. There's only a little under 1,000 meters left until the goal. It's like he's measuring up the distance between him and the rear group. Is he anxious, or does he think he can afford to do this? Cutting through the Mexican wind, Santana, the flood of riders drive towards the end goal. What furious momentum! The shouts from the crowd at the goal are like a great tsunami. We can't even hear the sound of the arriving train. Damn this jockey, Diego Brando. I outrun him, and I outrun him, but he keeps on using my horse as a windshield, and he just won't go away. Staying this way, through all this wind, he's planning on letting me lead until the goal, and then passing all of the others at the last minute. But no way am I gonna let that happen. Gyro should already be at his limit, and if anyone is going to beat JJBA, what? His horse just sank. It's gonna be me, Johnny Joestar. Yeah, fucking rocks. This guy was a professional jockey. He even kicked up some rocks when he sped up. He protected himself from my windshield attack. To think that someone outside of the traditional British racing world had skills like this. Oh my god, we're both 6 jockeys. Oh no, we can now see a few horses collapsing. They'll get caught up in the fall. There's a few more horses that are leaning, and they're exhausted. All of these horses are exhausted. They have all run for 14,000 meters non-stop. Their level of concentration was at max for the full length of this deadly battle. There are a few horses out there that are just refusing to run anymore. All of the horses on the field are already at their limits. Your aim must be to avoid that kind of danger. The goal is to gain ground from here on out. Looks like from here on, technique is just gonna be useless. Leg power is all that's left. How much leg power was I able to save getting here? That's it. What's still left in the horse's legs, that will be the key to victory. Hey, Poco Loco, go left. Huh? But why? Just go to the left already. Go around to the left of that. Okay, my horse is at its limits too. But I'm a lucky guy, right? I'm promised that, right? So I can do anything I want. That's right, Poco Loco. Say yo yo yo, just like that. Yo yo yo. And here's Sandman coming down off the cliffs, and he rejoins the lead group. With his muscles nearly exploding, Sandman is back. He's ahead of Gyro. He's rejoined at the head of the pack. He's about 8 lengths ahead, and he's successfully rejoined while going for the goal. He's going at least 40 kilometers per hour. Is this really a man running? But there are no more shortcuts. Sandman, can he hold up against these horses until the goal? Can he pull away? And now Dio's out. Dio's jumped out now, and there's about 300 till the goal. Dio's at such an amazing pace, and there's another horse that's lined up with Dio. No wait, now he's ahead of Dio. But there's no saddlecloth. It's an anonymous rider out there. They are attacking Gyro from 7 lengths away, now only 5 lengths away from Gyro. Gyro is not losing any of his pace while chasing Sandman, but the trailers are putting on a truly demonic spurt. And Poco Loco is trying to pass Gyro from the left. 4 riders are all about to attack the leading Sandman. Gyro's just 3 lengths away from Sandman. They are all lined up. They're all lined up, and the 4 horsemen are all lined up on Sandman's tail. I have no homeland to return back to, but sis, I'm definitely going to win this race for the spirits of the earth and for the spirits of my father and my ancestors. Please give me strength and give your courage. All horses are lined up side by side at the nose, and Sandman speeds up once again, and now Dio's coming out. There's only 100 meters left. Who will end up in first place? It's become one fierce battle in front of the goal. Okay, Poco Loco, don't hold it back any. This is good. You'll be the winner. Just ride. Up there, there'll be a dead tree buried in the ground. What's this? Poco Loco jumped. It's a dead tree. He ran on the dead tree, using it like a springboard for the horse. And now he's up ahead. He slipped out. Poco Loco, he just slipped. Huh? No wait, that's wrong. It's not Poco Loco. Poco Loco isn't the one that slipped ahead. What in the hell is up with this guy? This can't be. He should have no leg power left at all. I won back at that downhill, so why is he out in front? He shouldn't have been able to push through. He was flogging it way too much on the straightaway back there. Johnny Joestar, I'm amazed. You did well catching up with me. By the way, kid, ever ride on a ship? I've been on one before. Did you know the more headwinds that a sailing vessel gets on its sails, the faster it will go? And this headwind, the headwind from Mexico, is there to help my horse right from the very start. What's this guy talking about? What the hell is he rambling on about? Who is this man? To think a jockey like him exists in this world. 50 meters to the goal now. 30 left. Here he comes. He's coming. He is pulling away and holding them back as he pushes through. No way. The cape on his back. The steel ball. He's wrapped it with a steel ball to make a sail, like it's a sailing vessel. This is the power of the wind, the headwind from Mexico. And he is passing right through. He's passing right through. He's closed in on the goal. JJBA is in first. It's a sweeping win with a 5-length lead. What a strong showing from start to finish, and the champion of the first stage is JJBA, and with a running time of 18 minutes and 7 seconds. This is the birth of the race leader in the Steel Ball Run. JJBA. The end of the first stage sees the birth of a new king. To the victor goes $10,000 and a 1-hour time bonus and 100 points. The winner of stage 1 is JJBA. In second, the one and only fast runner Sandman. The third, the careless black comet Poco Loco. Wait, Diego Branto? The judges are discussing the recent turn of events, and so because of a discrepancy, we are rejudging the placements. The deliberations continues. The decisions of the 5 judges, combined with the evidence from the new camera technology, will be used to determine the winner. Please wait a little while. The other races approach the goal. The Steel Ball Run is using a point system. First place is awarded 100 points, second 50 points, third 40 points, and so on. The races are awarded points until the 21st racer. The goal of the race is in New York. On the way there are 9 stages, and the points leader at the end of the 9 stages will be named the winner. Why? I'm supposed to be the guy with the 1-5 billion kind of luck. Why did I lose to that guy? This just isn't right. Idea. So I wasn't the first. I'm not the first. Fuck. That guy came from the country. Help yourself to the water. How about food? Do you want some? Is this the guy I saw at the starting point? He's different though. The food and drink are free for the participants. I'll take. Okay, all of you sponsors, it's the end of the first stage, so I've prepared some expensive French champagne. Today's race ends here. We'll camp here tonight. The second stage will start tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mr. Steele, I have information on JJBA's background. Immigration has his information. He departed Genova, Italy in May and arrived in this country on May 22nd. He's a foreigner? You're saying he's not a cowboy or a gunman? Far from it, his ship was neither an immigrant ship nor a cargo ship. Gyro entered this country on a ship owned by some royal family in Europe. Royalty? So what does that mean? Like a government's VIP or wealthy person. Why would a wealthy person participate in this race? Some might ask that question. Anyway, why don't you ask Zeppeli directly? Who are you? His racing application was blank. If he is a foreigner, why is he hiding in the background? Even if we ask him, he might not answer. The second stage is the long-distance 1,200-kilometer portion of the race. From the next stage on, we'll take bets on who will be in first place nationwide. Find out Gyro Zeppeli's information. Got it? Alright, the results are in. I will announce them. By deliberation, Gyro Zeppeli was in first place. But because he disrupted Sandman during the race, he will incur a penalty. He is unable to get first place in this round. I will repeat. As reported by the judge in the air balloon, Gyro Zeppeli disrupted the race with some kind of weapon. It occurred at the 13,000 meter mark, around the end of the downhill point of the race. That's why Gyro Zeppeli was being lowered 20 places as a penalty. Second place will be raised to first. A weapon? What? Demoted? Rising in the ranks is Sandman. That's the decision. The winner of the first stage is Sandman. Second will be Diego Brando. He was slowed down at the dried river. However, since he is the prince of the horse racing in England, he closed the gap right before the goal, as expected. Third will be Poco Loco. Yes, lucky! I beat people like Gyro. Your attention please, Mountain Tim is in fourth place. Our fellow cowboy somehow managed to get his horse to stick its nose out to the finish line. Gyro disrupted the race. Here is the results of the first stage. You have something to complain about, Mr. Zeppeli? Normally you would be disqualified because you disrupted the race with a weapon. I got nothing really. I won't talk to you anymore. That was the past. We can't do anything now except look to tomorrow. I'm here to make myself feel better. That's all. That's all I want to say. Go celebrate with some champagne. Weren't you supposed to ask him who he was, Mr. Steele? That's right. Hey, God, wait. What the? Hey! What is this? Wait a second. That's a $500 champagne. Is this to piss me off? Is it all gonna spill out? Oh shit. What the hell's he doing? Hold them down. Hey you, don't spill. And that's an order. Hey, it didn't spill. I feel a little better now. Hey, you wanna come to the next stage, Johnny Joestar? Of course. I'll show you what I can do. That's fine, I guess. Lesson 2 is to work those muscles. You ready? For example, if I grab your wrist like this, holding the wrist tightly like this, the muscle automatically knows to bend. The flesh instinctively projects the body by wounding the muscle, and that's nature for you. The steel ball will not let you do that. Only on the skin. Control the skin. If the skin is under an unusual situation, the muscle won't act upon it. You wanna try? If you're not scared, that is. In your hand is a revolving cork. And that's how you get off a horse. The horse's muscle isn't acting upon it. It won't let you do that. Even if you didn't have a weapon, the spinning strength is the weapon. Johnny Joestar. The second stage of the race is a desert crossing with a distance of 1,200 kilometers. It looks tough. Let's wrap this up. It'll be a 1-2 finish. I'll be first though. Hey Sheriff. Sheriff, do you have something you want to say to me? Why did you make us return to the racing course in this kind of carriage? It's not good to have reporters around here. The truth is I didn't want a lady here either. And what's this about? I'm busy, you know? I want to talk about some bodies that have been found, Mr. Steele. What's the condition of the horses? We have horses that can run up to 90 kilometers. At the time, the jockey's eyesight from the ground is about 2.5 meters high, and they're at flying speeds. What about the race? It's a dangerous sport, you know? The participants all signed a contract knowing that. We're here. This is the place. Just what the hell is here? You should be able to see it, Mr. Steele. Right in front of your eyes, sir. What the hell is this? What? Return my wife to the train station. Take her back now. What is this? Who the hell are these people? There are 3 of them? The guy's name on this side is marked Baker. This guy on the far side is David Haggard. The guy on the far side is Paul Lucasa. All 3 of these people were participants in the race. It was reported that their horses were running out in the wild somewhere. The 3 of them, the 2000th place until about 7,000 to 8,000 meters, and so we questioned the other participants about it, but no one saw anything from the time they fell off their horses to when their horses were found and sold. Just what is this? Why did they die like this? Explain. The animals, for example, a vulture can drag a human's internal organ out in about 3 seconds flat. But those aren't internal organs, they're rope. There's another problem. There is not a single cougar track in sight. I have no clue how they did this. So how did it happen? This is murder, Mr. Shield. Nevertheless, it was during the race. We don't know who it is, but they did it during the race. I would say this was a planned murder to knock them off their horses and out of the race. Yet no one saw a thing, even though 3,000 people were racing side by side. Don't say something stupid like that. Why do you think they did that? Judging from the evidence, it is already clear to me. The suspect is within your participants. A possible motive is for the $50 million prize money and to raise their rankings in the race. If that's the case, the culprit is still in the race. Anyone who interferes will be taken out for the sake of winning.
So, I'm gonna say it, Johnny Joestar isn't the worst, but for me right now, he's definitely one of the worst. Just, he's not like a driver of the story, he kind of just is there, he's just reacting to the story. He's not main character material, in my opinion. I hope I need to change my opinion, read this critically. Johnny Joestar is some people's favourite, maybe not lost people, but maybe people who just really love Steel Ball Run and understand it on an in-depth level, really understand Johnny Joestar level, love it, and one of those ways. You understand it, but now he's in C tier, C, is a good letter. The most predictable little idiot, I hate him. I hate this little child. That sums up his entire story. He does nothing for a good portion, a very good portion of the entire story. He just goes, and then you bang him. Just stop winning me. It's not good. I don't know opinions. I don't know why I don't like him. Surely super blonde hair. You know, Giovanna, a beautiful blonde hair. I don't know, I has conflicting feelings. I don't understand. I just don't like this child. If you like this child, then let him buy, and you can come on and watch him. He makes it over. But I have John Joseph is a sick. John Joseph. I don't talk about how time travels.